Well, another day with lots of heat and humidity here in central and eastern Kentucky, something we've really managed to avoid for a lot of the summer. But heading into Friday and even possibly Saturday could see our hottest temperatures of the summer. We've gotten close the last day or so. Heat advisory tomorrow with those heat indices between 100 and 105. We managed to get there here in the Bluegrass today. Storms then slightly cooler as we end July and kick off August early next week. All the thunderstorm activity has been up in the Cincinnati metro area, getting a few storms developing through parts of Fleming County over into Carter and Greenup counties. That's where the bulk of this activity is. Some of the shorter term models trying to develop some north of Lexington and then dropping it through the Bluegrass and into eastern Kentucky a little later on this evening. Won't take much. There's so much warmth and humidity out there. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD camera network 91 down in Richmond at EKU. We've had a southwest wind at about 10 to 15, and that's basically just been blowing hot air in from the south. We're in the upper 80s in eastern Kentucky, low 90s. Lexington down towards Somerset. And in Monticello, our dew points, great measure of the amount of moisture in the atmosphere, a little lower in the southeast, but feeling very tropical with low to mid 70s. So when you factor that in, there are your heat indices in the low 100s, 100 in Danville, 104 Lexington, Frankfort, 103 down in Somerset, and we will probably up those a few degrees tomorrow. Frontal boundary to our north, big bubble of heat and humidity just to our south. Now the front's not coming through. We'll see that slide off to our north and kind of diminish, but you see our in-house data trying to fire up some storms. Could potentially be a little overdone, but if we do see those go up, obviously that's going to mean some heavy rain, a lot of lightning, and some gusty winds. Mid-70s tomorrow morning, so a muggy start, and I think less chances. We're talking mid-90s for afternoon highs. Then factor in the humidity across the board, essentially those heat indices between 100 and 105, and we may possibly do it all again on Saturday. A lot of that is going to depend on the timing of any storms that may fire up ahead of a frontal boundary. Heat advisory tomorrow, all of central and eastern Kentucky, 11 in the morning until 10 p.m. Frankfort westward, they're under it today, and then everything kind of shifts eastward. Do want to point this out. The pavement obviously gets very hot when we've got temperatures in the mid-90s, but just how hot? How about 140 for the asphalt and concrete at 125? So don't forget about your pets and not walking them during the hottest part of the day, and obviously just use some common sense and keep those safety tips in mind. Good news though, look at how the muggy meter takes a dip into the latter part of the weekend and early next week, and it's all due to this frontal boundary that'll drop in. Late storms, still very hot on Saturday, but once it gets to our south, high pressure is going to wrap in more of a northerly flow, less humidity, and temperatures dropping back into the mid to upper 80s. Something to look forward to into early next week. Warm, muggy, a few storms primarily this evening, 74, 96 tomorrow. Of course, that would be our hottest day, very hot with those heat indices between 100 and 105, and the extended forecast here late Saturday, Saturday night. That's our best window. We'll carry the storm chances over into Sunday. And look at Monday and especially Tuesday to kick off August. Low humidity and afternoon highs mid to upper 80s, and then we could see a few thunderstorm complexes potentially heading our way with more activity this time next week.